Hey guys, I really needed to clean out my fridge today, so I wanted to bring you guys along to get myself motivated. I started to make iced coffee, and of course, I just do a little dusting of stevia and some raw cream and some ice cubes made from our filtered water, and that just makes the most amazing iced coffee. And what's hilarious is it's decaf. It's not like it's giving me any like energy boost per se, but it's just the morale of like a really delicious cup of coffee. So that's what I got started going on here. And it's not that I hate the whole process of cleaning out the fridge. I think it's just one of those things that like as time goes on and you put it off longer and longer, it just becomes like this daunting task where like every time you open up the fridge, you try to pretend like it's not just like full of random stuff. But I've done that for enough time now that it has to be tackled. So here we go. So this is what it is. It's just like I said, a lot of random stuff shoved in there. I'm so thankful we have food. So definitely not complaining, but it's a lot of overdue leftovers and a lot of just like random containers of stuff that need to be consolidated. And then overall, the fridge just needed a good wipe down. I think the last time that I cleaned out the fridge, I just took everything out, but I didn't wipe it down. So I'll be doing that as well today. So the first thing is I'm taking out leftover stuff that's clearly gone bad. So that's like old meals, old sauces, like barbecue sauce. It was like a garlic sauce. So we put way too much raw garlic. Nobody could even handle it. I had some leftover cinnamon roll frosting that probably doesn't really go bad that easily, but I don't even want the temptation to have it in there, so take that out. I like to consolidate the leftover peppers of my Bubby's jars. And you'll see here I shift around these cans of coconut milk like 4 times. But anyways, so I had some pancake batter that had been in there too long. And I have several jars of grape juice that only have a little bit at the bottom. And that's because when I make kombucha for the week, I always end up with like an inch left of grape juice. And then I just buy a new bottle because I need more. But anyways, I'm going to consolidate those. And then I like to keep the top right shelf as leftovers. So that's why I shifted up those leftovers that are still good. And here I am consolidating 2 jars of raw cream. As you'll see in a minute as I like get the raw milk, I like ladle it off. Anyways, here's some tomatoes we were given that we unfortunately let go bad. I used 2 of them. Some cucumbers from the garden that were a little bit yellow and bitter, so those gotta go. We have 1 good summer squash, so I put that to the side, and the rest are basically veggies that were kind of gross. And I wish I could say that I knew that they were there gross the whole time, but I didn't know because they were kind of buried. So here I am consolidating the Bubby's jars. And since it's the same like ferment juice, I just put it into 1 jar and we use that peppers for eggs and meat. It's really good. And then this upper left-hand shelf is all my ferments. So right now I have like salsa, red onions, and a bunch of other stuff behind there. And so at least I think most fridges are like this, but this fridge, all the shelves and drawers come out so I can give it a good scrub. And I personally like to just use a rag with hot water to wipe everything down. If I really need to, I'll put like a little bit of dish soap on it, but I'm not like a huge fan of using even like a natural cleaner inside the fridge. I just find that it's kind of weird to do that where you're like storing all your food. It's probably not that big of a deal, depending on the cleaner that you use. But again, it seems like the warm rag does the job more times than not. So that's what I go with. So here I'm just putting back the veggies. That's not Ezekiel. I just have, I ran out of Ziploc bags, so I used like an old Ezekiel bag for that. And now I'm just going to work on this area right here. It's kind of like a weird shelf. It's like hidden sort of. This was homemade Play-Doh that I found in the back. I forgot I even had. So you'll see in a second that I gave that to the little ones to play with while I was continuing to go through everything. And I'm just pulling out, in the back I keep ground flax seeds, seeds to make granola, hemp hearts, just kind of like random ingredients for like granola or adding to meatballs or that sort of thing. You can see after I took out the leftovers, the fridge is pretty bare. So I just wanted to get it as clean as possible. I knew we'd be shopping within a day or two and filling it back up. And I didn't want to bring home a bunch of new groceries to a fridge that I really couldn't fit anything. And I knew that there was a bunch of nonsense in there anyways. So you can see I give the girls just a bunch of little kitchen tools and they go at it. And this Play-Doh is awesome. It's just flour, water, and a bunch of Himalayan salt. And it's kind of old now, but especially when it's like first made and hydrated, it's awesome, non-toxic. And if they eat it, it's just super salty, but it's not like going to make them sick. So like I said, I had all these jars of grape juice that I needed to consolidate. So here I am pouring it all into one jar. And obviously like these are pretty big. So to get it down to 1 versus 4 jars definitely gives me a lot more space in the fridge. And that big glass container you'll see in the background, that is my kombucha waiting to be fed with some more sweet tea. You can check out my kombucha making video if you want to know how to do that from home. This was pretty cool. This is like a jar of extra apple cider vinegar, and look at how giant the mother got within like a couple months. This was a yogurt whey that I used to put in my daughter's raw milk formula, but there was too much of it and it was old. So there was like a frozen fly, or he wasn't necessarily frozen, but he died in the fridge, so that was really gross. But anyways, I just wanted to show you that was a casualty in the back. And so yeah, after cleaning that off, that's what we got there. I'm putting these ingredients back on this random bottom shelf that gets overlooked a lot. And then here's like my cheese drawer. I put cheese in here, or like leftover fermented sourdough dough. That's kind of what I use it for. We had like random frosting left over and some feta that was like a questionable color. So I just needed to wipe that out and get that out of there. Sorry that the camera just really didn't want to focus, but that's okay. Here is a pot of raw milk yogurt that I had fermented the night before, put in the fridge to kind of get more solid. And now I'm running it through a strainer that also has a kitchen towel over it, so that, and then you'll see I'll put a lid on it and I'll put it in my outside refrigerator and just let it naturally, the whey, drip through the towel, so that when I come back to it later, the yogurt will be really thick, and then I'll be left with raw milk whey underneath that I can add to smoothies and different things, but I'll have a better consistency of yogurt. So of course with little kids, there's lots of breaks and snacks. So our cucumbers are doing really good in the garden this year. So this is pretty much like our everyday snack, which is just salted cucumbers, and everyone's happy. They also love like just a pot of black beans, seasoned black beans, and some like crispy sourdough bread. They're really easy to please. So they're a blessing. You can tell she thinks the Play-Doh is good too, even though it's so salty. So on this shelf, this is where I keep all my dairy typically. I am waiting for a shipment of not a shipment, but for my husband to pick up our weekly raw dairy order. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, so I was just cleaning off that shelf, getting that ready for that. We had some old Manischewitz I need to put in my old fridge since we don't consume that regularly. And then this is pretty cool. Just to show you the beauty of ferments. I made this Mediterranean ferment in 2020. It's now 2024 and it's still good. And actually the flavors get better with time. It's so bizarre, but it's literally just a salt brine. Nothing crazy. And there's cauliflower, garlic, onion, lemon, lots of parsley. It's so good. So we keep that there, and we occasionally will go in and stick our fork in there and take a few things out. And yeah, it's delicious. So I'm just putting my vinegars back towards the back. In the drawer, I had some random bones, chicken bones. Someone dropped a carrot in there. So kind of just like random loose ends that I needed to either put in the freezer or get rid of. I like to keep my raw milk in the main fridge, not in the drawer. So since we cleared up room, I could do that again just to keep it colder. I don't necessarily, want it in the drawer where the door where the door is getting open constantly. And it's just not as temperature controlled that way. So we keep a gallon jug of water in the door so we can have some cold water, especially in the summer. And so yeah, I like to keep a big stock of butter. So that's what you see there. We got some apple butter. I had some jam that was like pretty much empty. So I'm like asking myself, why did I put this back in the fridge? But sometimes there's like one little scraping and you think it's worth saving it. And you look at it later and you're like, I'm good. So now I'm going through my condiment little area here. I got rid of some soy sauce that we had from getting sushi. And since I'd prefer to just have my organic tamari sauce, I'm just getting rid of that. And just shifting things around and cleaning off this little shelf and getting it back in there as soon as that's done. So it's cool. This fridge too, you can like adjust the layers. I'm always kind of like tinkering with it to see what works best for us. And I kind of like the height that it's at now where I'm not having to, for a while, for the longest time, I had it at a height where my ketchup bottle like never fit. And then I finally adjusted it and I'm like, I literally for like 2 years lived with this shelf that didn't accommodate the ketchup. And I don't know, just silly. So here's my coconut milk again that I'm going to make ice cream with later on. And here we go. So now we have a functional, clean fridge with lots of space so that we can actually put groceries in it. So yeah, thanks for watching and hope you get some inspiration to tackle your crazy fridge. And in case you didn't know, behind the scenes is all the dishes that I get to do after the fact. But that's okay. It's all a blessing. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you real quick. This was like the grocery haul we did a few days after cleaning out the fridge. So I just kind of wanted to show you some of the staple things that we get and fill up our fridge with when we do go grocery shopping. So we'll just go over those things real quick. So we love this Ezekiel flax bread. Although I do make bread at home, I like having this for quick stuff. So like PB&J sandwiches, grilled cheese. My husband and I like it with eggs in the morning. So it's kind of just like a classic sandwich bread that we enjoy. It's very high fiber and we do well with that. I needed to get tahini to make hummus. These are leftovers, so just some tuna, and we had like a Mediterranean meal last night, so there's a little bit in there. On this shelf, we picked up, I think it was the same day I filmed the clean out. My husband brought home 3 gallons of raw milk that we're getting now, and I love that, but I keep like between a half gallon to a full gallon in this fridge at all times, and then the rest stays in our garage fridge. So that's that. And then we have from the raw milk, these are cream. I have to consolidate those jars because it's just 2 different things of raw cream that I use for coffee and different things. And then we love our kombucha in the house. Even though we make it, we get some other flavors that I don't make. So this is my husband's favorite, Island Bliss. This is my favorite. This is the Alive Mushroom Series Cola. So it tastes similar to like Coca-Cola, but different. And then there's a cranberry one back there. All right, over here, I have some kefir grains that I have kind of chilling out in the fridge. I need to make a shake with them today, and then add more milk to the grains, raw milk to the grains, and do another 24-hour plus ferment to do that. Just a side note, if you have any like real bad persistent digestive issues and you're not able to get a hold on them trying different things, I would consider trying to start consuming kefir on a regular basis. My daughter has had digestion and stomach issues for a while. I think she got some sort of like bacterial infection at one point. Not totally sure on that, but anyways, we got the raw milk and I bought kefir grains off of Etsy, organic kefir grains, and it's been like a month and a half since starting giving her a kefir shake every day. So I just blend up frozen berries with a little bit of honey and the kefir grains every day, and we all drink it, but obviously she gets like a little bit of a larger amount, and it has helped her tremendously. She is regular now, she is feeling better, no more stomach aches, and I've noticed her behavior is better. So huge blessing on that. So this is the yogurt that we buy regularly. It was on sale, we bought 2. I also have a little bit in the back over there from the last one. There's just a little bit left. I will make raw milk yogurt, but you need like a yogurt culture. So I always keep a little bit from like a tub of this to make some raw milk. I got another grape juice to make our grape kombucha for the week. This is tzatziki sauce, I think it's called. So I just made it last night. It's yogurt, cucumbers, garlic, lemon juice. I think you're supposed to add dill, but I didn't have any, so it's good even if you don't have that. Oh, real quick up here, of course we had to get another spicy Bubby's pickles. These are the best. We're almost out of our spicy sauerkraut. I think I'm just gonna make a batch of red cabbage sauerkraut soon, and just not get the sauerkraut for a while. This was amazing, but obviously it just gets pricey to do all that, and sauerkraut's very cheap to make. Okay, down here I got 2 dozen eggs. This is hummus that I made last night. We had, again, a Mediterranean meal. The 2 heads of red cabbage. One I'm gonna do sauerkraut, the rest we'll eat probably raw, or in like I have a few dinners I like to put it in. This is a head of butter lettuce. These are 2 summer squash from our garden, which is finally producing a lot of summer squash, and what's funny is I'm the only one who eats it. So okay, down here, this is like my veggie drawer. It's very full now. So this is cilantro, got a big thing of mushrooms, a big thing of parsley. I have celery. I also have another older celery underneath it that I need to eat. My husband got 2 packs, 2 big things of green onions. This is not Ezekiel bread. I used the packaging. I ran out of Ziploc bags for leftover squash. Okay, and then over in the fruit drawer, we just got some apples. I don't know why this is in there. Sorry, it's not focusing. Got some apples. Those are some limes on their way out that we need to, what is this? Okay, and then, let's see, nothing new in there. I had cream cheese in there before. Then over here, nothing new. We've gone through our kombuchas. Our favorite chocolate, let's see, was on sale. This is the Who. So this is my favorite. I've shown this on other videos. The Who Simple Dark Chocolate. The ingredients are really good. Let's see if we could show them here. So it is just organic cacao, organic coconut sugar, and organic cocoa butter. That's it, and it's delicious. And my husband's favorite is their cashew butter one. So it says nut butter filled. It's very similar. It's like a gourmet peanut butter cup basically in a chocolate bar. It's amazing. Okay, so that was it. That was kind of a little bit of a stock because our fridge was very empty. Now coming over here to our pantry, we got a couple things in here too. So I just made a new batch of granola to go with all that yogurt I showed you. We also use the raw milk so we can have like cereal. I got a new thing of peanut butter. We got another shipment from Amazon for the albacore wild tuna. I buy a 12 pack once a month. And then I will sometimes buy a 12 pack of salmon off of Amazon as well. It's the best price to buy it that way. These are my teas and such. And then we also picked up some more potatoes, onions, garlic, and I think that's it. Some tortilla chips. Stocked up on a bit more flour. Oh, and then we got more cans because I was out of cans of beans. So I got more garbanzo beans, black beans, great northern beans, red kidney beans. And then here's all my coconut milk that I use to make my chocolate chip dairy-free ice cream for Friday nights for our Shabbat meal. It's delicious. I just recently got an ice cream maker that I absolutely love. I'll show you that really quick. This is the Cuisinart 2-quart ice cream maker, and it's amazing. So, totally recommend that. We've been making all sorts of ice cream since then, and we love it. All right, so just wanted to show you guys that. I also got some bananas and a few other things. So, yeah. Thanks for coming along, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Okay? Have a good day. Bye.